If you are joining me on Instagram, on the NFAC official channel, I bid you shalom. If you're wondering why I'm on this channel and not on the official Grandmaster Jay channel, it is because this morning Instagram placed that account in IG jail to stop me from talking over the next few days because they know that something fucked up is about to happen. If you have friends that are actually subscribed over there, you might want to go let them know they need to come over here and follow this page for the next 30 days because I'm not going to shut up and we're not going to be silenced. And censorship was one of the main things they fought about in the goddamn Constitution, even if it don't apply to black people. You will not stop people from saying what they have to say. If you're joining me on YouTube, you too are in the same boat. A lot of my followers on the official Grandmaster Jay page are now here because this is the only place where you can actually still connect with me if you don't know or are unaware that I have two other channels on IG. All day today, I was told at 2 o'clock that Daniel Cameron, the state attorney general for the state of Kentucky, would be making an announcement in the grand jury findings surrounding the shooting death of Breonna Taylor. We came, we saw, we waited. As usual, nothing happened. But you know, some people just can't keep things to themselves and stuff started to leak out. There were two developments, one of those which I think is a slap in the face to all black Americans. And the other thing is all hail to the null as we still wait. But I told you transparency is how we got in this boat to start with. So I'm going to share with you what I have as we continue to wait. And I really hope what was sent to me is not what I think it is. So let me begin. First, and I'm not going to confirm this. I'm not going to deny it either. But I'm going to repeat it because it was sent to me by a reliable source. I'm not saying this is 100% true, but for some strange reason, why does it seem like it is? Black power to all the melanated brothers and sisters out there. I'm going to read you what he sent to me, and I'm not going to tell you who it is because it is someone on the inside. I told you I have a lot of connections. And I want y'all to hear what was sent to me. And let's hope that when the Attorney General steps up, that this is not what he's going to say. It says here, brother, I'm hearing that the grand jury is finding no probable cause for the felonies of involuntary manslaughter or wanton murder. They want to send the case back down to the local court system for a misdemeanor charge of discharging a weapon into an occupied dwelling. A misdemeanor charge. He gets probation, loses his law enforcement certificate, and the family gets $12. I hope that's not true. So now they have $12 million and $12. I really hope that he doesn't come out of that room and says this. It would be bad enough that there is no probable cause for involuntary manslaughter or probable cause for wanton murder, which we talked about in the last live. Unfortunately, to send this case back down to a lower court for a misdemeanor, not only did he get away with murdering this black woman, you then turned around and you trivialized her death. Discharging a weapon into an occupied dwelling? No. Discharging a weapon into an occupied dwelling is I'm shooting at the tree and the bullet just accidentally goes into a house. Firing into a house 22 times is not discharging a weapon into a dwelling. I'm sorry, that's attempted murder if you ask me. But then to send it back down for a lesser charge and giving the family $12, you know, I really didn't want to believe this. I really didn't. I didn't want to believe this at all. Here comes the problem. The problem is the nerve of some of these people. There is one of the police officers involved in the situation decided to take it upon himself and write a letter. Yes, he wrote a letter. He wrote a letter to all of his fellow police officers. And he says some rather interesting things. Me, myself, I think it's kind of pathetic that someone would do something like this, that you have no conscience whatsoever, that you think you could say these type things and get away with it. I was going to read you the email, but I'm going to give you the commentary first, and then I'm going to read you the actual email. Yes, I have the email. You know, I get my hands on stuff. And I want you all to try to imagine for 2 seconds if this was one of your loved ones and a police officer who killed them, no matter how they try to justify it, says these type things. This Louisville police officer he was the one who was wounded during the Breonna Taylor fatal shooting. He emailed more than 1,000 of his colleagues Tuesday, criticizing Mayor Greg Fisher and others while defending his actions that March night. In a 6-paragraph email, Sergeant Jonathan Mattingly apologized to his fellow officers, no remorse, and their families, and blamed the mayor, as well as the public safety chief Amy Hess and former Louisville Metro Police Chief Steve Conrad for failing all of us in epic proportions for his own gain to cover their asses. So he's saying that his bosses just wanted the CYA. He ain't say nothing about he was sorry for killing this girl. And I quote, "You do not deserve to be in this position," he wrote, "the position that allows thugs to get in your face and yell, curse, and degrade you, throw bricks and bottles and urine on you and expect you to do nothing." Bro, that's not what we're talking about. You went in somebody's house and you killed them. And now you're talking about some other shit. He also warned that the department and the FBI, which he says aren't cops and would piss their pants if they had to hold the line, would open civil rights investigations against officers for making a mistake during a stressful time. Also, now it was a mistake. So you're admitting that you was wrong. You know it, but you have no remorse for it. That's what's getting me. No remorse for it whatsoever. Y'all understand what I'm saying to you? Your civil rights mean nothing, he wrote, but the criminal has total autonomy. You kill something. You see what? Then y'all wonder why they're so afraid of us. They're afraid of this because they know that we can get in that boat too and say, well, you know what? You're right. It's a shame that, this happened, but we had to kill them. Y'all should respect us for doing the killing. That's what you're saying, bruh. Anyway. He sent this email to his colleagues last evening expressing his support for them in their work in these difficult times. Difficult times? I'm done. As you know, he was shot and severely wounded during the serving of this warrant. And like our entire community, he is hopeful that this process moves forward quickly and that his fellow officers and the people of Louisville remain safe. They will not accept responsibility for what they've done. Don't they understand that that's what burns us up about these people who get this job that calls themselves police officers? Y'all don't ever take accountability for anything that you do. You think that you can just destroy lives and it's a great day for you because you get to iron your uniform and polish your badge and go home and act like you did something great. You take no empathy, no sympathy, no type of compassion for the very people whose lives you destroy. And then you wonder why all of this is happening. And then the arrogance of you to sit there and act like I ain't did nothing wrong. But then let somebody come around talking about killing your family members, burning your house down. Then all of a sudden it's a crime. Then damn, are we in the same country? Or are we in two different countries? You know, the country with the badge and the country without the badge. Which one is it? An LMPD spokesman said that the department did not release the emails, but is aware of it and the matter is under review. Sam Aguiar, one of the attorneys for Taylor's family, called the email another example of the problems within the city's police department. An unarmed black woman whose home never should have been raided, was shot and died at the hands of Mattingly and his colleagues. Mattingly gets to go home to his family every day. Then they covered it up. So respectfully, Mattingly's definition of moral and ethical actions are insulting to anyone with any common decency. His characterization of protesters as thugs is reprehensible. This department has instilled a culture, which I've always talked about. Policing is a culture. It's not one lone wolf. It's a culture. I was in the military. The military is a culture. It's a way of life. You don't just get in and get out. That's why a lot of us never change, because we leave that culture and we come back to this culture and we don't fit in. Meanwhile, we're still waiting for Daniel Cameron to come on out and admit or not admit what we've already been told. And I told you, somebody leaked this to me about 20 minutes ago. I'll read it to you again, and then I'm going to go back into my wait mode. But this is what they said. And if y'all hear this, remember I told y'all they was going to do it. It says, I'm hearing that the grand jury is finding no probable cause for the felonies of involuntary manslaughter or wanton murder. They want to send the case back to the local court system for a misdemeanor charge of discharging a weapon into an occupied dwelling. A misdemeanor charge, he gets probation, loses his law enforcement certificate, and the family gets $12. I don't know what's going to come out their room, but they better not come out there with no shit like that. I'm going to holler back at you as we wait a little longer for the decision in the grand jury in the matter of the killing of Breonna Taylor. I'll see you all soon. Shalom.